Hello, Aquarius. So wow, Aquarius, you have you had a full moon in July, and now you have a full moon in August. So this is an August bonus reading. I'm calling it this month. So on the 22nd, you have your another full moon in Aquarius. We had Lionsgate, the new moon in Leo on 8/8. Is that right? Yeah, 8/8. So that's a very powerful energy as well. So I'm interested to hear from Aquarians how this energy is affecting them and what sort of things are being cleared out in order to make room for new ones. So I don't know if how Jupiter is affecting you. And this is not astrology, but I'm getting this feeling it's echoing back to maybe May, when we had the I think it was the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, and I can remember in reading saying it isn't necessarily even cutting something out or letting go, but Jupiter is expansive. So if you imagine yourself in a bubble and you imagine that bubble just expanding and expanding, and any energy that sort of drains you or things that drain you, they are going to be pushed on, stay on the outside of the bubble. So those positive things are going to stay within your circle. And so it's not necessarily, I mean, it could be a shutting out, but I don't even feel like, because I feel like it's a transparent, like a soap bubble, like when you blow bubbles as a kid. And, but they're going to be, things are going to be pushed to the perimeter, and they will still be there, and you will still have interactions and be able to see what's going on and know you're still connected, but they are not allowed, for some reason, for whatever reason, they are not allowed to be in your inner circle anymore. And these could be behaviors or situations, people, anything. You're just not allowing it. Maybe you are putting boundaries around work, especially if you're still working from home. Um, you're pretending that, you know, it's as if I've left the office. Just because my laptop is over there doesn't mean I still have to feel guilty and start working. And putting boundaries around things and limits, um, I think would be very beneficial for you. So let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. So the Eight of Wands, this is fire energy. This is putting a lot of things out there. So if you're looking for a new job, lots of resumes out, networking, putting the word out. You could be putting yourself on dating sites. You could be putting out content if you have um, an online presence, or even in real life too. um, but whatever. So what the Eight of Wands usually means, things are coming at you fast, like new opportunities. And sometimes it can feel a little bit like, oh shit, it's unsettling, but these were things you put out there. So you do want it. It's just, it seems to be happening fast when it happens. So there's a swiftness, there's, and some apprehension that may come with it, but it's a very positive card. But it just feels like, look at this, a whirlwind, like you're just getting, maybe you get a new job and maybe you knew you had to move, or it's remote, or you have to go into the office and you've been remote. There are changes, your routine. Maybe you want to move to be closer, even if it's in the same area. There's just, it triggers a lot of different moving parts. So it's exciting and exhilarating, but at the same time, there's a lot going on. The Empress is about nurturing things. She's pregnant in this picture. So it could be pregnancy, but look at the fruit on the trees. It's giving birth to something new, um, something fruitful and successful. It's also a card, the energy of it, it's the divine feminine, it's the nurturing. No, yes, but organic. I was looking for another word. Nurturing, yes, but it's organic. So the Empress allows things, she supports and encourages, but she doesn't force or direct or put pressure. Um, so if she saw a child with an affinity and a talent for art, she would have paper and paint and supplies around, you know what I mean? And would definitely not do any, she would never hinder it, and she'd be supportive, but she wouldn't be like, you're good at piano, sit down, you should take lessons, and you're going to play this piano, and you're going to play, and you're going to practice this time of day, and you know what I mean? She doesn't suck the fun out of it. She's just cool. She's like that older, wiser person you see in the movies, right? That the grandmother, when the teenagers, fighting with the parents and having, and they're just at such odds, and they're just so in the thick of it, but she has the perspective to see that this is temporary, and she can see both sides, and so she supports both sides in the way they need to be supported without getting in the middle of it or telling them what to do. This too shall pass, I just heard. Nine of Wands. Yeah, so maybe the Nine of Wands is a little intense in this deck, I would say. But the Nine of Wands is, you kind of want to give up. And the Empress is not going to tell you whether to give up or not. But they're going to, so it's like a counselor. They're going to say, well, what do you think? What do you truly want? And so the person will do their own soul searching. And it's also about taking responsibility, right? Because then I think that's where parents maybe and kids can also maybe get kind of hung up, because the parents, maybe they're like, you need to go to college. And then the kid feels like they have to go to college, but they're not in it. And then maybe they're just party and they're not successful because they didn't really know what they wanted to do, or it just wasn't the right time for them. And then the parents are pissed, but they're like, well, you were the one that wanted me to go. So, and the Empress is just going to be like, if the kid doesn't want to, I'm not saying this is what's happening. I'm just using this as an example, but don't fucking force the kid to go to college that says they don't want to go to college, and then make them feel horrible about wasting your money and what, you know what I mean? It's just like creates this whole thing. So this person, this Nine of Wands, either you're the one being the Empress, or this is happening to you and you have an Empress person. Maybe with this Eight of Wands, you're like, I'm not sure what to do. Do I stick where I am? Do I follow this new path? You're just kind of trying to make that decision. King of Wands. So we have three Wands cards here. The Eight of Wands, which is very fast moving. The Nine of Wands. The Eight of Wands is kind of like the beginning of a marathon, and it's like, oh, it's kind of nerve-wracking, but you signed up for it, and then you're going along, and it's great, and it's, you're doing your thing. And then, I don't know, for me it would be like mile 3 probably, but for a marathoner, I'm thinking mile 20 must be kind of like, we still have what, 6 more miles to go? Is that what a marathon is? And it's like the battle inside is like, okay, no, I feel like I may have an injury and I don't want to stop, but I need to stop, or I can do this. And this is now more mental than anything. And I need to persevere and push on and finish this because I'm going to feel so good about it if I do. Um, and is that an excuse that I feel hurt, or does it really, or is 20 miles enough? Why is that not something to celebrate just because you don't finish the whole thing? You know what I mean? So trying to figure stuff like that out, but give yourself permission that whatever you feel is what you feel and it's okay. And the King of Wands is, boy, maybe you have really good parents or friends or grandparents. I feel like you have this Empress and this King of Wands on either side of you, there for you. And the Empress is going to support you, especially emotionally and in practical sense. And the King of Wands is going to help you sort of with that mental game, because the King of Wands had to learn when they were younger, I'm fire sign. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. And they're just so excited, but then it can burn out. The King of Wands, like, no, I know how to sustain this and be able to last and be interested and excited about something the whole time. And so is that what this is, or is this something you're just not fucking interested in? So yeah, it's sort of a real in a quandary. I feel like you're really struggling with the decision again, which makes sense with here we go. Yeah. Makes sense with all the full moons. Wow, 2 2s. A 2 2. And 2 6s. That is crazy. Wow. So the 2 of Wands is, where do I want to put my energy? And the 2 of Cups is, follow your heart. Follow your heart. That is what is going to help you make this decision. Is your heart really in it or not? So the 2 of Wands says we only have a certain amount of energy. We're animals, right? We have to sleep, we have to eat. We just can't just go all the time. And where are you putting your energy? And there's a full moon in that card too, right? And being smart about it. Like, are you going to put your energy into things that your heart's into? Or are you putting your energy into things that you feel like you have to do? So the 6 of Pentacles is about give and take. And so you're not in a situation where you're just all the output, all the energy is coming for you and you're not getting replenished. The 6 of Pentacles is, if you need some, if you have something to give, you can give it. If you need something, someone will help you out as well. And the 6 of Cups is simplicity. You want things to be simple. You could be wanting to be near kids. It could have something to do with your past, with your family. But for me, the 6 of Cups is about simplifying. Getting down to what's really important, where you want to put your time and energy. What are those things? It's really cultivating and nurturing yourself and allowing yourself to have what you want. It doesn't mean you can't stick with something, or you're going to quit your job or whatever. And it's actually the opposite. It's simplifying is going to just it's going to nurture you and bring more abundance and happiness, because abundance doesn't have to be monetary, abundance of quality of life and work-life balance, and enjoying the simple things and not having to go, maybe the 8 of Wands was like having to go at 1,000,000 miles an hour and have 1,000,000 plates you're trying to keep spinning and balls in the air, or whatever metaphor you want to use. And that a lot of those things you don't really care anymore. If no, I just want to focus on the things that are really, really important to me, and someone else can spin their own plates or figure things out. No, I like it. Okay. Thanks, Aquarius. If you wanted to like, share, or subscribe, I would appreciate it. and I hope you have a really great August. Take care.